Welcome to Pre-Care Health. My name is DNP Elise, and I will be guiding us today through the complicated matter of what to choose when you have cough, cold, and flu, and you're deciding, can you treat at home or do you need to go to urgent care? Now, first and foremost, if you want to prevent cough, cold, and flu, you can wash your hands after you shake hands with anybody, after you sneeze, use the bathroom. Washing your hands keeps you from when you touch your eyes, your nose, or your mouth from moving it to someone else. Also, if someone's coughing, moving away from that person unless they're covering appropriately. And there's a couple of different ways to touch your mucous membranes without infecting your hands. So like if you needed to itch your eye, taking the inside corner of your shirt, and then you can itch your eye with something that's been against your skin and it has your flora, but you're not likely to take something and move it in there. For your nose, I recommend you get a tissue to cover your cough or a sneeze. If you cough into your hand, then you need to wash it. People are coughing into their elbow or sneezing into their elbow. This is how I sneeze. I go all the way down and just enclose everything within my shirt for a cough or a sneeze because I don't want to get anybody else sick. So it's not that this is wrong, but you're still spraying below and above, okay? Getting enough rest is imperative to keeping your immune system functioning so that you don't get sick. But now we've moved beyond health and prevention, and now we're sick. So what are we going to do? Well, the first thing is that I have gotten most of these products from the dollar store because healthcare needs to be more affordable. So you don't need to spend a lot of money, like it's $18 for some medications. The problem with the dollar store is none of the names are brand, and so you really have to know what are you getting. So the first thing I have is I'm going to go through all the various names of everything that's here, and I'm going to discuss what each is for. So this is Tylenol. It said acetaminophen. The funniest way I ever heard it said was acetaminophen. And for adults, you want no more than 3,000 milligrams per day. So you see there's two different doses. There's a 325 tab and a 500 milligram tab. So if you have the 500 milligram, you can't take more than 6 of them in a day. And if you have the 325, you can't take more than 9 in a day. This is really good for fevers. It reduces fevers, it reduces pain. It can be good for a toothache and mild sore throats. And it's in a lot of different over-the-counter formulations. So if you were trying to, for example, get decongestion where it was 5 milligrams plus the Tylenol was 325, but you wanted to get 60 milligrams or 6 times the amount of the decongestant, you wouldn't therefore want to take 6 tablets all at once because you've taken 2,000 milligrams of Tylenol and that's very hard on your liver. So you would need to get a preparation without the Tylenol to take extra. So just kind of being very aware that Tylenol is in a lot of over-the-counter cough and cold products, and it's really meant to increase the comfort, but you need to be careful not to harm your liver. Now this next one, guaifenesin, I've heard it said guaifenesin, and I've heard it said, well, I can't even pronounce that way, so let's skip that. This may be in 200 or 400 milligrams. The dose in Mucinex is 1,200 milligrams. So I did say a brand name, but that kind of lets you know what the dosing is in a 12-hour period, 1,200 milligrams, or you could take 200 to 400 milligrams every 6 hours. This is an expectorant, and what that does is when you have thick congestion through your sinuses or thick congestion in your chest, it's going to thin it down. But it only works if you're very well hydrated. Because if you're not hydrated, the mucus is going to remain sticky and thick. So this is something that's very important if you're having sinus or a cough that's very productive. Get on this, thin down those secretions. Try to make it more mobile so it can't move down and cause a pneumonia. When it's up here, the cough is up here, it's bronchial, and you can usually mobilize that and get rid of it. When it drops down, it becomes a pneumonia, and that is something that usually requires antibiotics because it's in the lower lobes and you can't move it. Okay. This medication is really about suppressing a cough. The brand name of this would be Tussin, but this is going to quiet coughs. Now, for a child less than 6 years of age, you don't want to suppress their cough. You want them to cough and to develop their lungs. But then what do you do at night when their cough is keeping you awake? So if they're over the age of 2, a half a teaspoon of honey right before bed. And then I would recommend you have them brush their teeth really quickly without swallowing water, because that honey is very concentrated and can lead to tooth decay. So a little bit of honey is okay. They have some Zarbee's, which is an over-the-counter child-friendly, but it doesn't suppress the cough. It just kind of quiets the irritation in the throat. So that's something you could use. The next medication that's in many of the over-the-counter preparations is phenylephrine. And this really works on nasal congestion. And the dose that is in Sudafed is 30 milligrams. So you can see this is a very low dose, and in 5 to 10 milligrams, it should be sufficient to decongest. This is not readily available. You usually have to show a driver's license to get this because of abuse and things that have happened. This is in many preparations, and if you have high blood pressure, this is the medication that can kind of jack up your blood pressure, so you want to be aware to try to get preparations without that. This is in what is the DM preparation. So this says mucus relief, and this says mucus relief DM. Anytime you see the DM, that's a nighttime formulation. That means that there's a risk for sleepiness. This medication is in some of the preparations that have the DM, and what it is it's Unisom, and it's in a very low dose because the max dose is 50 milligrams. But it's an antihistamine, but it will also make you sleepy. And so taking this and driving, for example, would be a very poor idea. Next, we're going to move on to the antihistamines. We kind of went over one that's sedating. Here is another one that is sedating for some people, makes other people very hyper. So if you're one of the people, diphenhydramine. The other name for this is Benadryl. It can make children hyper, and the 12.5 is for a child. Babies, it's really not a good idea to suppress their sleeping system in any way. So I don't recommend giving Benadryl unless absolutely necessary under the age of 3. If you had an allergic sore throat and you were kind of wondering, well, is it allergic or is it worse? Taking this at night and then getting up in the morning and seeing if the sore throat's gone would tell you if you're having allergies or not. And you see one of these names, you're like, oh, that's Zyrtec, or that's Allegra, or that's Claritin. Now, Zyrtec and Allegra are longer acting, meaning that they kind of go for the 24 hours. This is a 12-hour preparation, and this is a 24-hour preparation. This one is 24 hours, But I find with Claritin, it works really quickly and it fades very quickly. And I've heard people taking 30, 40 milligrams, taking all this and really not finding relief. One of the best things if you have allergies is Flonase. Now, Flonase is a nasal spray that is a steroid and it acts on allergies right here. But the mistake, people are like, Flonase doesn't work for me. The thing with Flonase is if you can taste it, it has kind of like a floral taste to it, which is really odd. You've gone too far. It's gone down the back of your throat and it's not going to work here. So some people turn the Flonase towards the outer side of their nose to spray. I tell people don't over sniff this. So instead of like with an inhaler, you're trying to breathe as deeply as you can to get that into your lungs. This is something you want to spray, and don't sniff, or very, very lightly sniff, because you only need to get it to here. You don't want it to go down the back of your throat, and you'll find that it works really well. Now, allergies, some people have year-long allergies and they are allergic to dust and various things. Those people, if you alternate your allergy medicine every month, so 1 month you're on Zyrtec, 1 month you're on Claritin, 1 month you're on Allegra, then you won't build up a tolerance and the medications will keep working for you. Keeping your home low dust is a great way to reduce allergens, particularly if you have a child with asthma. Dust can be a trigger. We'll go into asthma deeper later. When you have a cough, cold, and flu, the thing that I like to do is I like to sleep for 24 hours straight if I can. So I'm going to take one of the DM preparations about every 8 hours, and I'm just going to kind of sleep around the clock, hydrating, resting, eating a little bit. And that extra rest gets me better quicker than if I kept trying to push and push and push. So when I get sick, I pretty much go to ground. I binge Netflix. That's when I'm down and out and I don't really do very much. And that's a great way to recover quicker. I appreciate you spending some time with me going over the different names for over-counter preparations that are available at your dollar store. And I wish you the best of health.